everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Rima, and I'm here with another guidance session. This is going to be a coffee cup reading for the month of February 2023 for anyone who has Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Sagittarius. So, if you're Sagittarius, this is the video that you might want to watch, or if someone is very dear to your heart and they are Sagittarius and you would like to know how February is going to unfold for them, you might want to watch this video. I want to thank you all for supporting my channel. Those of you who have been with me for a while, or even if you just found this video and this is the first time you're watching, welcome. I'm very happy that you like the kind of work that I do. And if that's the case, please subscribe in my channel. And there are more videos in the playlist that you can watch. I also wanted to thank all of you who have reached out for a private reading. If you're interested, you can find my contact in the About tab and reach out to me. So with that, let's start the reading. Let's see what kind of messages we are receiving for Sagittarius for the month of February 2023. Maybe take a deep breath. If you have any question in particular that you would like to get clarity on that, have it present in your mind and we might touch on that and we might get some clarity for you. I see a little bit of information which is coming to you. Not maybe at the level that you are expecting, but it's better than nothing. Some of you have been waiting for some clarity or something that you needed to get confirmation or some information. It is coming. Um, and some of you, maybe you're using some kind of medication, or I see it as an ointment or a cream, which is going to help you if you have a skin problem, rash, or maybe if you're looking for new toothpaste, something which is in a tube like a toothpaste can can provide support, or for your skin or whatever um, issue that you're dealing with, maybe some eye cream, skin, and it could be medical reasons or beauty reason. But I see that this relief is being provided to you. The relief is coming to you. Again, it can be on the level of energies, or it can be actually in this 3D and basically um, in your 3D life. Yeah, some of you are, if you are evaluating something, you are seeking guidance and you have a lot of questions. Like you have at least two paths, or even maybe three, some of you, that you can choose from, but you're a little bit reluctant, or you don't exactly know which one to use, to go with, and which one to choose. Some of you are, again, as I said, are asking estimate, or you're asking for evaluating a situation. Maybe you want to buy a property or something big. It's a big investment that you need to invest some kind of money. I see that you're definitely growing, like on the level of the expansion that I can see here is very big. Maybe you're buying property, maybe you're expanding your business, but I see earth and land. So, but you are being very careful, or you hear about someone, a Sagittarius, who's being very careful. Maybe international expansion for your job is happening, or you're thinking about that, or you might travel to those places. I see international expansion for you. Maybe you stay at different places this year, or this month you'll stay in different places, multiple places. I see new places, new adventures for you, but you're very careful, or the message is for you to be careful, to be evaluating, to have that um, magnifier glass in your hand and look at things. Some of you maybe are selling or buying jewelry. If you have your own business as a jewelry person, there might be a lot of expansion for you. I see value in jewelry and gold. Or there's a work, or there's a job or project that you're doing and it means like gold. I see gold in your hand that you're evaluating. Again, not everyone is going to buy gold, or they have jewel shops, but the thing is that something which is going to be very profitable for you, bringing a lot of either recognition, good luck, or even money flow in your life, is in your hands. A decision is in your hand. You're at a level that you are now making a decision, and that is going to change your life. You might even relocate to a different place, as I said, internationally. Maybe you're trying to export or import something from another country, and you need to evaluate the regulations and also the maybe test what they're selling to you is legit, or maybe some paperwork, whatever it is very good. I know many people are watching. This is a collective energy, so it's going to be different scenarios for different people, and I would like you to know that. So just um, take what resonates for you and your situation. And this is just a guidance session, and you need to relate it to your own situation. So I want to tell you that you are at the level of that you're making a decision. It is an important decision. The reading is telling me that it will change your future for a long time and for good. And I see that you will be dealing with many people, and I see big people, like high ranking people, maybe wealthy people, people who have recognition, people who are important, and you will be sitting with them, you'll be dealing with them, and you're analyzing your situation. A very big important decision is coming. Someone, I see a king. Maybe we hear something about a king, or someone who's going to be a king. There are talks, again, I see about that. Maybe behind the scene stuff is happening. Someone is watching TV, or they are reading the papers, and they are following the news. And I don't know if it's related to the market, to business, to what they are doing, to their partnership. Something might happen, a decision of a king. Again, not specifically a king, because not all the countries have a king, but someone, a decision maker, might make a decision, pass a law that other people, like this economy situation might change, or business trade might change for some people. It might be good in some way for other people. Other people might, I don't know, get some restrictions. But in general, I see Sagittarius, for you, things are moving, and I see a under the ground tunnel, under the ground way. You are thinking very, very deep about your advancement of your life or project or work, whatever you're doing. I see that you are being you're acting, you're taking action very, very cleverly, or the reading is telling that you should do that. You need to have some kind of tunnel under the under the ground. Again, I'm not saying that you need to make a tunnel, but I'm saying that when you're planning for strategies in your life, like plan B's, plan C's, you should consider a under tunnel way for yourself. I don't know if it's about your savings, about people that you trade with. Some people might even go to an airport that is under tunnel, like that connects the terminals or something like that. This might be in, or maybe an aquarium. Some of you might go under the water aquarium, a tunnel like that. Very beautiful. I might have a lot of good memories there. For some of you, there things are going on behind the scene that you need to be aware, or maybe you are running the show also behind the scene. I see people are waiting, or people are involved in this scenario, which is not hidden from everyone, but it is as a precaution, like as a emergency evacuation plan, something like that. And I also see emergency evacuation plan. Maybe something is in the news, but it is not in a bad way. I don't feel any bad energy around it. It's just I see number one, travel, pleasure, being safe, plan B, and a shortcut and a safeguard. So I don't see anything bad about that, which is actually very good. You need to consider a safeguard. There are two paths, as I told you. You might go back to back travels, trips, and you will be very happy. Some of you might go for walk to different places, or maybe like, sorry, maybe you have a show that you go to different locations, or you have something that you go visit different. Maybe you work in marketing, or maybe you have family that you might go back home and visit them, and then you go to different cities and visit everyone, which is actually very good, very joyous, very happy. I definitely see love there, that the word love is there, and I see L and L. So maybe a long term or long distance relationship is ending, and you guys are getting close to each other. Some of you are working very hard, or you have been working hard, and by the end of the year 2022, you have been exhausted, you have been drilled. But I can tell you that all of that is going to be rewarded. And in 2023, you are going to get your reward. Some of you might even find a fortune, like even from like a quick turnaround is going to happen. You might get some money or some investment, or even something very karmic in a good way is happening, that you will be like, I see someone jumping from the status in the society, maybe from very low to very high, or somehow you are dealing with people now that are very high ranking. I see a shift in the social status, It came with work and also some luck. I see luck is on your side. These, the doors of opportunity are open for you during this year. And of course, February is a portal of energy for 2023. And as I said, decisions that you're making are going to impact your life long term. Um, Yes, some of you are making shelters. You're trying to make sure you are safe. Maybe your investment, your property, your belongings are safe. Your business. You are maybe talking to a lot of people who know the law, the regulations, and they can help you. Someone is smoking, or someone might have like a breath. They might breathe like happily, and they might like be like, "Oh yeah," out of relief. So you'll be relieved when something happens or you hear something. Maybe some of you are looking for some kind of guidance, advice from an important person, and that person will come back to you and they tell you what you need to do, and you are very, very happy about that. Again, I see a lot of interactions with important people, customs, governments, and stuff like that. But again, not for everyone. Not everyone is in business. But if you're in a business and you own your business or you want to take a big step, you have very good luck. Um, some of you might go for a pedicure, or I see maybe your feet needs a massage, or maybe you have pain in your feet. Some of you are again very careful. I feel the energy of being very cautious. You are not sure you want to be exactly sure when where you're stepping in. So you don't want to get involved, maybe even with your family in their dramas. You don't want to get involved into gossips. You don't want to get involved in something that you don't have time for. I'd certainly see two, three women who are talking and maybe chatting and maybe gossiping, and you probably don't want. I mean, the reading is telling you don't enter their zone because they are just trouble, and they if they come and talk to you about some people and they talk on their back, they will most certainly talk on your back as well. So there's some certain situation that you need to avoid or leave or abandon. That maybe for every person is different situation, but there's no use, there's no gain. And I see Sagittarius as a point at a point in your life that you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to put your leg in muddy situation, um, that could cause accusation, that could even maybe not bad, but just waste your time. There's nothing that, because I see that you are very productive. You want to be very productive. You want to, and don't forget that February is going to go in a blink of eye. It's going to fly away. And you have so many things to do. I don't have time to do that. Someone might go for palm reading, and you might hear something that shocks you, and you might leave that place with a lot of doubts. It can be in a good way because they might tell you things that you never knew someone can tell you, but I feel like you are shaken when you leave. If you go for a palm reading or somewhere to get advice in, like, and this is a place that you go in person, and I see powerful energy there. But I can tell you that you will still come back with your questions unanswered. You might get very shocked about something that you might hear, which could be true, but it's not 100% helpful. So that wouldn't help you that much. Um, Really nice. How can I say? Path of hope is opening for some of you who have been hopeless, who have lost hope, or you were not very much advancing in your relationship. I see nice energies entering your life, which is going like it's like a breeze of new air, clean air, and you are just breathing. Again, I see you guys are breathing. As I said before, it can be relief from some problem, something that you were worried about. But for others of you, I feel like it's a new fresh wave of energy, life. I mean, a new vibration is happening in your life, and I see it's coming below your surface, below, like it's going below your skin. You might even not feel it, but and it's really light, very positive, and it can be a health for some of you, which is coming. Your cells are recovering. You're recovering, even if you don't have any physical problem. You might be a little bit depressed or just lost hope, or you're just gloomy sometimes and not very hopeful. This is going to change, and the beginning of February things are going to start, and maybe it's going very slow and even very it's not something that you can feel like you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I feel great today. No, I mean, it's going to be very, very gradual, very like just like air entering from a hole like in the window, like it's just coming little by little, but it will change your mood, change the atmosphere. I see someone might be from like native Indians. Maybe someone is watching from those lands, or maybe someone is traveling there. Some of you are trying homeopathy remedies and you find them very helpful. With the full moon, I see that you will be very romantic. Maybe you will have a very, very nice, for some of you, Valentine's Day. I see that two people are sitting in front of each other, very cozy, very casual. But there is a big person in between them. Maybe some of you are really interested into each other, or maybe you have a long distance relationship. You can be close. You might meet each other around, I don't know, Valentine's Day or in February, but you need to go back to your life. So that distance is still there, but temporarily you'll be together, very chilled. If you're in a relationship with someone, I see that you guys are very, I mean, you can feel that you're very relaxed when you are together. There are issues, but I think that your bond is very strong and you can solve any kind of problem that or issues that you might have. Um, be careful about something dirty, like some there might be some dirt, I don't know, or it could be snow. um I see someone who's trying to go to the church, or they're walking to somewhere, they're walking just in the street, and there's a lot of mud, so your shoes or maybe your clothes might get muddy. So make sure where you step, so even you where you put your feet. So again, both in the physical world and in reality, and also energetically, make sure who you're being involved with. Even also in life like romance life and love life, you might want to know exactly who you're getting closer to, who you're feeling much more attached, who you're trying to be dependent on. These might be a little bit of a muddy situation, or it can be temporary issues that can be certainly fixed between you guys. And some for some of you, I see that you're trying to resolve that muddy situation, that and you want to get clarity. Some maybe you have questions for each other that you want to ask. Some of you, I see you're sitting in front of a person and you want to ask a face-to-face conversation. There's something, maybe you with your partner, with your love, your parents, your boss, any business partner, and you want to have a face-to-face conversation with them and kind of get clarity about them. But again, I see rules. Maybe again, you're lovers and the rules of the country. For example, you're working somewhere and they don't let you take some time off, some things like that. There are rules in between you, that you need to get clarity on that and make sure that based on that you can plan your life, plan your future together, for your business, for your life, for everything. I see someone is racing. If you have a horse and you do racing, I see a lot of practice that you need to do, but there's a big winning waiting for. You're not quite in February, but this is the beginning. Some people are doing a lot of competition. There is a lot of thoughts that they are having. If you have two dogs, I don't know if your dog enjoys being in the car, but be careful when if you leave them in the car. Make sure it's not too hot, or make sure they're safe, and also make sure that they don't run away, because I see two dogs in a car. Someone might also rescue dogs. Maybe you go out somewhere and you find two dogs that are abandoned, and they can be puppies, but they are small dogs for sure. Um, I see something with Moscow. We might hear something about, maybe someone's planning to go there, but I definitely see Moscow. There might be something in the news. If you're Taurus, Moon, Sun, or something, you have a planet in Taurus, be careful about the decisions again that you're making. Or a Taurus, you might hear that they have lost something, or they're going down the hill. So it could be that things are getting really easy for them, or that they're just not caring and they're choosing the easiest way, and they can be a little bit hard for them in the future. I see letter M on the Taurus person, so maybe they have initials starting with M, or they have M in their word. There are good news coming to you again from far lands. And again, I see some countries like Moscow. Some good news is coming. A beautiful spring is happening. Maybe spring brings a lot of good news for communities, for countries. Um, there's an argument with some person. I see even a fight that is getting physical, or maybe it's in the news that maybe two famous people got physical fight, or they were yelling at each other. If you're in a third party like love romance, I see that those people might see each other. Like if you're female and there are two male energies that you are thinking about, you're considering, those people might find out about each other and there might be a fight between them. I don't see you between them. I see a fight between two male energies. It could be also brothers or siblings fighting, but it's going to end well. It's just a little bit of anger, which is, I see, definitely is temporary. um, there's a good news being transferred to you by the phone. I see a phone from even an organization, a doctor's office, a hospital, something that is making you happy. Things are going to be settled, Sagittarius. There are things that you shouldn't do, and you're always thinking you want to do it. Um, Even by law, or like someone bigger than you maybe, or more important than you, they might tell you not to do it, you want still to do it. I see this division in your thoughts, that you get the advice, you get the knowledge, you get to know the rules, but you still want to do it. So be careful with that. I see that temptation for you, and for a lot of you it could be about money. Maybe they tell you that, I don't know, if you want to import, export something, this is the regulation, but you can also do this way, and you still want to do that way. That is not recommended. So be careful about that. Some of you have something stuck in your head that you definitely want to do it. I see someone is traveling at airport. I definitely see in the airport you are going back and forth. Make sure you're not late, because you might be in the security line. It might be long. You might, I mean, have problems. There's definitely someone talking too much on the phone, and maybe if you're in the security zone, don't use your phone, because that might, someone might yell at you. And the other thing is that I can see someone is totally losing track of time. They're talking on their phone outside maybe, and maybe smoking, and they completely forget, and they might miss their flight or some other important appointments. So I don't know, there's someone on the other line that they completely lose the track of time. So you can be a little bit more mindful about that. I see someone is traveling, taking a lot of selfies. You might go somewhere in a city, in a country that you have never been, and it's very, very like surprising. It's very new to you. You love the culture, you love the nature and everything, and you love it. You might also go to museums. If you are into museums, I see that you will enjoy it a lot. I see things that are like fossils that you see, or maybe some of your secrets from the past comes in reality for you. Find out about things that then you start sharing that with other people. Maybe you find something about your family, about your auntie, about your grandma, and you start calling your siblings and talk to them for hours about that, something that came into reality or something that you found. I don't see it being a money like or a like inheritance. It's just like some stories that you have to talk to people about. Someone, if you're working in marketing, again, you might be very busy, because I said you are taking the phone. The phone is in your hand. Some people who are have spiritual beliefs, or if you are a spiritual person, I see beautiful, beautiful advancement for you in your spirituality. You might have vivid dreams, or you might go to beautiful places, like beautiful religious places that you always wanted to go, or spiritual places. Or you might have experiences that you always wanted to have, or maybe you find a master that can help you. Someone is going to be invited to a very expensive and luxury restaurant, maybe for your birthday, or maybe for your um, Valentine's Day. That might be, or I see springish. This is in a springish weather, and a very beautiful place. Everything is nice. It's a beautiful day. You feel very well. You're going to a luxury restaurant for a visit, and this, for a lot of you, can have a big impact in your life, and it can be the beginning of very big adventures in your life. You might buy a beautiful, I don't know, painting from somewhere that you love, and when you look at it, or maybe you already have it at home. It's a painting or a picture that you look at it, and it brings very beautiful memories for you. Maybe someone traveled to, I don't know, let's say Paris, and they bought something from there, or there is a scenery that they loved, a garden, and each time they look at it, either good memories come back to them, or they just receive very good energy. If that's the case, just put that picture, or print it, frame it, put it in front of you, because that can give you a very, very good like emotionally, can change your mood. Someone is buying wardrobe, for like they're updating their wardrobe, or getting a new hairstyle. Definitely one of your kids, or someone that you're trying to give advice, and um, talk to them, they're not listening, and they're listening maybe in front of you, they're just nodding, and as soon as you leave, they completely ignore it, and they don't even remember, and they're maybe even not listening. I can even say that you're talking to someone who has the earphones in their ears and they're not listening to you. So just make sure, don't put too much energy and effort for something which is not easy to change. Um, I see someone is very determined to make a decision and go by that, and they might be hearing a lot of advice from other people, but in the end, they are being very stubborn, and they'll go, or they'll go by their own decision, or they'll do it as they wanted, but they might bring excuses and somehow turn the discussion again. I don't know if it's you, Sagittarius, or someone you're dealing with, that you expect them, or you think that after you talked, this is going to be their decision, but then you see something completely different happened, and then you're going to ask why, and they will bring excuses that, oh, I thought this is, just this is just because they want to do it their way, and maybe they're not that open to tell you that, hey, look, I talked to you, thanks for advice, I'm not doing it, I'm still going to do what I thought is better, but they're not telling you this. So there might be something that you might shock. It could be your child, your partner, your love, even maybe in your company where you work, you think you had an agreement with someone, but I don't see that them changing their mind is going to impact you. I see that it's mostly impacting the person who changed their mind and they're being stubborn. That person is going to be impacted, and they're going to see the consequences for their decision. Well, I think that's it. This Sagittarius, I hope that February is going to be a wonderful, fantastic month for you. Thank you so much. And until the next time, stay blessed.